inside my head. See voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog. We fighting above the law.
Hello.
Put my gloves on. Let's see the chat. Thank you, Chemistry Queen. Thank you so much for that. Hi, everybody. So, just a reminder, we have a slow chat on, and so no, you're not blocked unless you're an asshole. And remember, mods, mind what you are deleting, please. Thank you. Open opinions, welcome. Not assholes, though.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Crazy Train 616 Live. Choo choo! Free Brandon Dassey. I got my gloves on because they keep me warm. I'm cold. Hey Luna. Hey Northern Light. Hey Charlene. Hey Stephanie. JD Booter. 80 Sweet Thing. She said, hiya, you sexy people. Hiya. Hey, Flossie. Hey, Nanny Two Boys. Well, you guys, so tonight we have White Rabbit on. I got to speak with her briefly. What are we doing?
I'm just getting things set up.
Oh, just wait a minute. Okay. Well, okay, so we talked briefly. We're going to talk to her about why she started her platform and stuff, and we're going to get right into, I told her there's no real topic, just anything. We're on the wells, right? And she's very much into conspiracy theories. I think she said since like 2008, 2009. And so she's kind of open to like every possibility. She's not really set on any one thing, I don't think, but we're going to ask her when she comes up here, and everyone be respectful. Her details, should you want to send her a cash app, is in the description, and also her channel link is in the description. Make sure you are subscribed to her. Really quick, I wanted to say, on Totally Blunt, we are going to go through, some of you have been asking me, have we watched the NK 4 hours nearly video? I have watched several minutes of it through like ATV Amber's news clip, CDT. Mia had something playing that I watched, so all of like the Watts original. I don't know if Jay has done anything with that yet. I should look. I don't think she has yet, or maybe she has and I missed it. We're gonna go over it on Monday or Tuesday on Totally Blunt with Cher channel and go through it. I'm gonna watch some of it tomorrow, because I did reach out to Jamie and Ronnie and Cindy today just to let them know we're sending positive energy. I sure hope like people aren't blowing them up and being crazy. And they said, no, they're not getting it crazy. They both had questions on how the hell did Frankie Jr. get that? How did this come about? So that they were not even aware of Plunder's lawsuit, which I personally think is what got Frankie the video. They wanted to give it to him first to put out there for whatever reason. Anyways, we'll go over that on the conspiracy channel, because that's exactly at this point what my thoughts and opinions are at that. Well, conspiracies or truth, I don't know. It's up for y'all to judge, but we'll talk about that over there. But they are doing well, and they haven't watched it. And so, you know, they kind of asked our opinion. What's your opinion? Are we missing anything? Is it worth our bother to even watch it? Because we're doing okay right now. And I was like, you know what? I would say it's good to watch it just so you know, like the hype, what the new hype is about. But then I said, if you're doing good and you are living the best life you can right now after the crazy 3 and a half years you guys have been through, don't watch it. Because people who feel NK had more involvement aren't going to change their mind from seeing her now. For me, it solidified it, because I can see her body language now and hear her. So I don't think watching the interview changes much at all for anyone, for the people who don't believe her or the people that believe her. I don't think it changes anything. So there's that. They're on a path now where they are out of the whirlwind, and I think Jamie's loving it, and Ronnie sounded like he was doing good. It was all through text messages, so it wasn't a phone call tonight, but they're doing well. They are not being blown up and tormented, and I hope it stays that way. So good job on you guys, because that's been out for a few days. It's good to hear that. Well, she said one person reached out, and it might have been me, so I don't know. Me or someone else did, but it's good to hear that they are on a path now that's not so crazy and chaotic. Dalen, do you still have this phone? Do you remember before I moved, you said you had this phone? Because I bought this on my first visit to Mr. Cher, and it's too small for my phone. You said you had this exact same phone. Mr. Cher thought of it today because we sent out broken dishes. If you're in here, your thing is on the way now. And Papa Cher's laptop is on the way to him too. So I'm excited for this. Dalen. Yes? Yep. Okay. We will do this. And remember, we have matching. So we're going to get this is, I promise you, this will be out to you this week. And I have the matching one of these, but mine is glued onto my purse. It's the button of my purse. It's a mood ring peacock. So we will get that out to you this week. I was like, she might not even have the same phone anymore. Laura, thank you. Is White Rabbit in here? We are ready for you anytime if you're in chat. Hey Mutt Dog, hey Northern Light, where can I watch NK interview? Oh, it's on everybody's channel. Let's see. I'm not playing favorites. I'll tell you whose I was just watching. And okay, so last one I was watching that I just pulled up happens to be ATS News, Amber, who also CDT's a good one. I think they have the full one up, but that just so happens to be the one that I was watching and is in my history. Hey, Mystic. Hey, Dodie. Dude, I almost said Dodie. Flossie. Hey, Bird Nerd.
White Rabbit suit.
Oh. God, she looks so cute with the pigtails. I want pigtails. Oh, I had to put these on?
Well, otherwise you can't hear her.
Oh, yeah, but where's yours then?
I think you got earbuds somewhere.
Did you move those white ones that were over here?
I never saw white ones. Don't pull on the desk. I'll find them.
Wait, I'm having issues. Okay. Can't figure out.
Every day she's struggling.
Hey, Bob. Bob was clickbaiting with my name today. I like it. Mm-hmm. Oh, we gotta get... I thought we were leaving. I'm sorry, Rabbit. Rabbit!
No problem. Hey, guys.
Do you have tattoos on your fingers?
I do. Yes.
Oh, I love it. I was going to ask you that earlier, and then I forgot because we got to talking about the Wells. I'm glad to... Oh, you guys talk about conspiracies. So they weren't monetizing me on the Totally Blunt channel. And what I did was I switched out THC and put CBD. And then I changed my profile picture from a pot leaf to my original Voices picture, the shushing one. And I was like, well, just for shits and giggles, they're never going to monetize this because of my content is still on there. I didn't delete the content. I left all of my content. All they did was, I think, I changed my picture and read that I changed THC to CBD, and they monetized the channel. So I don't think it's going to stay monetized because I'm not going to stop talking about the conspiracy. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I just got your text. Does everybody know White Rabbit? Make sure you are subscribed, not to be confused with
I am
the
having
White Rabbit.
some technical difficulty here. Let's see. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, if you have to, there's a button that says leave studio. If something happens, if you click that button and then use the link again, it'll bring you right back into the studio. Sometimes I have to do that on my phone too.
Just a second, guys. I think I've logged on.
No.
Okay. Hey, Yanni, thank you. Oh, shoot. Okay, so she'll try and come back in. You don't know her? Okay. Fuck. Wait, am I doing it right?
You gotta click it, then click share. You don't have to share audio, but.
Oh. Right here. White Rabbit. Ooh. Yes, she looks really good with the pigtails. I think the pigtails are cute. Oh, shoot. This is White Rabbit, not the White Rabbit, right? Oh, is it showing? Oh, what did I do?
I have no idea.
Oh, shit, what did I do?
Maybe.
Oh, now I can hear
okay,
you.
good.
Now I can hear you. Is it working good for you now?
Up and running.
Okay. New member, welcome to the Crazy Train. Choo-choo! Thank you, Sue Spruce 16. And thank you, who was that? Yanni, thank you for the super sticker. Okay. Let's start with what started you on your YouTube channel. Looks like a delay. Can you hear me?
I don't think she can hear you.
Shoot.
You guys had it working before.
Yeah, but we weren't live.
Well, it shouldn't matter.
But there was also a delay because we were kind of talking over each other a little.
Let me try to reconnect my phone. Just 1 second.
Okay. Okay, we'll let her work on that. Hey, small town New York. Hey, Charlene. No, I don't think she can hear. I just wanted to tell you how beautiful your new smile is. Thank you, Flossie. I think the word TH can cause this confusion. I just changed it to CBD, and yeah, they monetize it. Hey, Emma. Emma. Hello, Vanessa.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Okay, well, while we're waiting, I'm gonna go to where's 129? That is not the whole. Okay. Well, oh, I can hear you better.
All right. Is that better?
It's better. Can you hear us?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. That's working better. Okay. What made you start your YouTube channel?
Oh, wow. So I have been a YouTube fan in general for literally since YouTube began. True crime, of course, I think it's hit an all-time high in the last few years. I'm no exception. Loved it. And so I started watching a lot of true crime on YouTube. And then I thought, you know what? I feel like, I know there's a lot of creators like yourself and all the bigger creators. And I thought, I just want to be just an opinion, just out there saying whatever I think. Not so much professionally, because, I think you and Mr. Cher are extremely professional. You've grown your channel. You got a lot of respect. And I don't know. I just thought about getting out there, put my opinion out there, kind of like the people's YouTube. Like, as you know, I have no set in stone opinion on one way or the other. I kind of fence right a lot. And I thought, it's important maybe for somebody to be out there kind of playing the devil's advocate. I know everybody's not a fan of that, but I thought, why not? And I had a YouTube channel years ago, just being silly, whatever. But lately I've tried to get a little more serious about it. And that's why I created the channel. And that's a boring story, but voila.
Well, I think that's a good story. You wanted to put your opinion out there. So you kind of saw, there was something out there you saw, you felt like you needed to have your platform. So did you you saw basically the community, did you, like, we were all kind of thinking one way, or we weren't really all being fair, or what were your thoughts on that?
Well, so I started watching you guys probably right in the beginning, you and Jayis4Justice, some other ones, I'm not going to throw names all over the place, but a lot of different people. But I don't know. I liked what y'all had to say. I was very interested. And I guess I never knew there was that opportunity out there to get, I don't want to say involved, because that kind of has an ominousness to it, but at least kind of be more a part of the conversation than just typing a few words here or there on a comment, kind of getting in there. And, I used to do live feeds on Facebook a lot. So I like to talk more than I like to type. And if anybody stays around me long enough, they'll know I never shut up. You'll probably have to shut me up through this live feed. But it was just important for me to have a platform just to kind of put my opinion out there. And I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of drama that goes on. And I know that it's hard not to insert yourself in that too when you're seeing it going on. And I didn't feel like there was really a lot of channels out there that were taking the drama and the news part of it, kind of putting it together and giving an opinion, not for either side or the other, but just kind of bringing it that way.
Yeah, that's what you are good at. Like I said, I've seen your videos. I think I've seen most all of them now. And you will pull up, you'll make a video and say, well, everyone knows Benny Keys and I aren't getting along. So you'll pull up, you like things that Benny Keys. You bring the community, like that's what people on the White Rabbit, I thought it's a clever way, even though like I clearly will never be besties with Molly Golightly, but there's some of our subscribers are subscribed to all of these people and they don't really want the fighting back and forth because there's something about Molly they enjoy, there's something about me they enjoy, and they don't want, a lot of my viewers, to be honest, I see are like 60, between 50 and 60, and you don't really want drama. Like I'm 38 and the drama is tiring. Yeah. So I think that the way you're doing it, and also what the White Rabbit was doing, is cleverly bringing there's a space where the creators are all coming together for the people that like all of the creators and are sub to all of the creators. So I like that. I like that you aren't on any one side and you show the things that you like from everybody. It doesn't matter if these people get along or not. You're putting your 2 cents in there and showing that. And I think that's needed because it is tiring. The drama is tiring.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not really watching chat because I think it flows more. Okay, my next question for you then. So you've been on both sides, like in the chat. I'm going to say true crime specifically because I started out as well before actually being on this side of YouTube. I was just in the chats for a long time, not even just in true crime, but all over. And I never ever thought about actually being on the other side of YouTube and making my content creator. I don't know what you call me, but tell me like the kind of the difference you experience of just being more like kind of the chatter is more hidden, if you will, and then when you make your channel and you're putting yourself out there, kind of tell me the difference in your experience in that.
I think there is a huge difference. First of all, I have a huge amount of respect for you guys and all the other creators, you know, whether I like them or I'm not a fan of theirs, because this is hard. Especially, I think it's a lot easier to be just somebody typing words, because there is a sense of safety in that. And once you put your face on the screen, you know, you're opening up yourself to all kinds of ridicule. You know, people are really cruel, and that's something that I absolutely don't tolerate. I mean, I understand it's fun to go back and forth, and trust me, in my real life existence, there's a lot of back and forth with my friends and myself and other people. You know, it's part of life, but it's scary. You know, I don't know what I'm walking into. I think I picked a very strange part of YouTube to put myself into to do this. And I would like to start getting more serious about it. But I know that, you know, I know there's a lot of negative that can come from it. I've seen it. And I just hope that it doesn't. And that's why I kind of think, you know, I talk about peace a lot and people making peace, because I think all of you, or most of you anyway, have a whole lot to bring to the table. And I think that you guys have kind of drifted further away from like the dramatics and all of that. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's great. But a lot have not. And hopefully, you know, some of you guys can get together. I'd love, like I've said it a million times, I'd love to see a big, huge panel with all of my favorite YouTubers on there, you know, just kind of shooting the breeze and not so much drama, but just throwing information back and forth for the people to see. And I think the people would agree. Put a big like in the chat if you agree. I'd love to see you guys. Not going to name names, but I've said them before, but I would love to see that. But yeah, back to your question, because I do tend to ramble.
No, that's okay.
It is different being in front of the camera than it is to be somebody that's just chatting. I think you feel like you can get away with a lot more when you're in chat than you can when you're putting your face there, and people can just come and ridicule you while you're asleep, and you wake up and somebody said something and you don't even realize it till you wake up and a million people's probably already saw it. So
yeah. Oh, I know that very well. Thank you, Jacqueline. Choo-choo. Welcome to Crazy Train. Yeah, I know. I used to tell people, like, I don't know if I would have, like, knowing then, if I would have known before putting myself out there and making my first video or whatever, what was going to happen. I don't think I would have done it. Like, if I knew what was waiting for me, which I've been bashed from day 2 of me making content. Literally, it took 48 hours and people knew everything about me and had it out there. But I actually started my channel on another, it used to be a high profile case, but she's no longer high profile. Nobody knows who she is. Her name is Rhonda Glover. Her media name in the 90s, she was dubbed the Fatal Beauty. She shot and killed her oil tycoon husband. I believe there was 13 rounds shot. It was a mess, and I helped her for 3.5 years. And so I came on the scene. I live streamed her from prison. Like, I didn't know you couldn't do that. But I mean, it was from then on, because I felt like I came on my platform with content, and right away people wanted to, like, it was crazy. I just remember waking up the next day almost, and everyone knew my address. They knew my whole, like, background from a decade before, and I was like, what the freak? I did one live. What the hell is happening?
That's scary. See, that's one aspect that does, you know, it bothers me to an extent, but hopefully everything goes smooth. I feel really bad though when I see, you know, as funny as the drama gets and all that, I do feel really, really bad when I see people, you know, giving people's addresses out and their phone numbers and talking about their children and all of that. I think that's so unnecessary and criminal, in fact. And, you know, but I guess that's part of the dark side of true crime. And I feel like that's kind of what, I hate to say it that way, but I feel like that's what it's like going to to the wrong side of the track, so to speak, or going down a bad street after dark. I feel like this area is dangerous in that way. But you know, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll get better. But I think you guys are amazing. So if more people were like you, it would be a much better environment for sure.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. I've been lately working hard, and I do dabble in the drama, but I've been trying to keep that separate. It is hard to not dabble in it at all, but
well, it's one thing to like dip your toe in it and have at it once in a while. It's another thing to just be like all about it constantly. Like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, when your whole channel is dogging a YouTuber, that's not content. And the thing I get is their number one excuse, like some of it's funny, I'm not gonna lie, I chuckle at some of like the jokes, but I think that's fair game. Like I don't go striking everyone that makes fun of me, or I'd be like, I don't have the time to even do that, to be honest, because it's too much. And I think that, like, I know I put myself out here, I put my content, that's fair game. Use and abuse my content all you want. I put that up here publicly. I know that use and abuse my picture, my video, my content. But going real life is unacceptable. That's not what I signed up for, to be a YouTube creator. I do think that some people mean well. I can't really get behind the CPS calls and stuff like that. But I also, in the States, am a mandated reporter. And I do think you see something, say something, and be better safe than sorry. But what people are doing, it's way out of line. You should not be going real life. I didn't sign up for that. That's not in my YouTube terms of service agreement. Yeah. To be treated that way. That's, I mean, if we were all actually like in a HR office, people would be in big trouble, you know? So, I mean, I didn't sign up for any of that, but I did sign up for people to take my content and do, I mean, to a certain point, you can, like, I know that's fair game. Take it and say what you want about it. That's fair game, you know, but real life stuff, unless there's proof of something that you should be reporting, I think that's just too far. And from the sounds of it, everywhere in the world, the police department is busy just taking care of YouTube hate comments, honestly.
And that's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And people calling CPS on others actually makes me sick to my stomach, because you have no idea. Like, it's my personal opinion. Can CPS help? Yes, they've been helpful in some cases, but I am more borderline feel as though CPS are legal kidnappers. I don't like that, because you guys are trying to nail it to whoever. Let's say missing but not forgotten. You hate her so bad, you want to call CPS on her, but it's because of you just don't like her or her content. But you're actually putting her children. You're taking that out when you call CPS. You're putting those children. You're faulting those children, and you're making those children pay because you don't like their mom or their dad, because they put out a live stream that you just can't get behind. That's really fucked up, you guys. Mm-hmm. That's not appropriate. We want our justice system to work for us, but then you have people that are not using it properly. So how will we ever be taken seriously? Especially on social media, don't you think? Like, I get death threats every other day, so I am not making police reports every other day. You know why?
Don't tell me that.
well, let's see. I've gone up against like Texas, Ohio, New York. Like, I have been told many things, and never have I made a police report until the Summer Wells case. When I was defending Rhonda Glover, I had high up attorneys and judges and PIs telling me and emailing me things. I had a priest freaking put a hit on me one time. A priest in Texas, okay? A prison priest, actually, yeah. And I've been told how many pieces I'll be chopped up into, what state and area, what piece of my body will be found in. I've been told all kinds of sick shit. I've never, ever, ever made a police report on any of it until the Summer Wells case. Y'all know what happened there. I'm just going to leave it at that, because it it got so bad. Like, that tells you something. That the things I have been told, like, I went up and basically was calling an oil tycoon abusive and trying to help his wife that killed him get out of prison. So you could imagine what I was going through. And I've never reported anything. You can't go reporting every other day. But when I do make a police report, I know mine's going to be taken seriously because I'm not there every other day reporting shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's, have you had to deal with any of that yet? I hope not.
No. And I hope that it never happens, but, you know, it's not lost on me that that's a real, you know, a real issue and possibility. I feel like things may be going on a down slope when it comes to that kind of thing. I feel like it blew up. Everybody was calling CPS on everybody. And hopefully everybody has got all that out of their system and now they're ready to get serious again. And I don't know. It's frightening to think that there are people out there that would, like you said, would want to do something that's going to affect the kids. Because if they're watching you guys and they're watching the other creators, you would think they're watching because they're concerned about a missing child. So why would you want to go hurt somebody else's kids? That's just, that's concerning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw somebody ask if I was from Kentucky. I am, in fact, from Kentucky. Yeehaw. Yes, I'm a hillbilly.
She said, yes, I am a hillbilly. Well, okay, so what it wasn't was it the Summer Wells case that made you start your platform, or was it a different case where Summer Wells made you get back into the YouTubing again?
It was definitely Summer's case.
Okay.
You know, I think it's everybody has been pulled in, you know, because it's just her little face. She's just so tiny, and I think everybody just feels like they want to save her and find her.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think, and like I said, I'm not going to say any names, but it's been said many times, well, if you're not out there and you're not doing this or doing that, that you're not helping. But everybody doesn't have the ability, nor do they want to go out and physically do anything. It's just have a conversation about it. I think this has affected people in a real deep way. Like, I don't think when the cameras are off or when people click off of YouTube, they just forget about Summer and go on. I think there's a lot of people that keep her on their mind all the time. And that's how I do. And I don't know. I just thought, you know, I want to be a part of it. Maybe not physically necessarily, because there's not a lot I could do, but I just want to see it through either way. But yeah, that is what spurred me to start the channel. And technically, part of that was just doing reaction type videos. And I'm not gonna lie, once again, just the back and forth everybody does, and that was a way in for me. And so from there it's just kind of ballooned to what it has at this point. And I just hope they find her. It's just sad. The whole thing's sad. I haven't really come across and said, you know, what I truly feel, but and I'll fence right as long as I can on a lot of things, but I don't think somebody came up on that mountain and took her. I'll say that. I'll at least go that far. I don't think that happened.
Yeah. Well, the newest is Grandma spoke for the first time in almost 9 months.
Yeah.
And it took Donnie being in jail and then Lawson. People are saying he lied. Maybe he did, but we have to remember that detectives and investigators are allowed to tell lies, and they do that with a purpose. And as much as people throw shit around about Ronnie Lawson, I actually liked what he did there, and I kind of feel like I think he did that on purpose, because look at the reaction he got instantly. The same day, I think it was, of him saying that. That evening, Grandma and the news anchor, when we watched that again today, the news anchor said Grandma said she wanted to make things clear.
Yeah.
Now, I've said it before. I've said it, go back 7 months ago, people. I have actually said it before that them two are a team against Don. Did Don do something? Was Don a saint? No, I believe there was abuse with Summer in every which direction you can think of. And we'll leave it at that. But I don't know. What do you think about, do you think, did Grandma help the situation, or did she kind of make it worse for her daughter? What do you think?
I think she ruined it.
Yeah.
Hands down, I think she would have been better off staying silent.
Mm-hmm.
I think now that she's spoken up, she picked the wrong time. I think if she'd have been talking this whole time, maybe things wouldn't seem as strange as they do. But I think now that's put a whole entire twist on it once again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she is sticking to exactly. I mean, I guess it's the words that they all use. You would think that not deviating from the story would negate truth automatically, but for some reason, and like you all have said, it's this script that everybody is saying literally word for word what the other's saying.
Yeah.
It's a little too perfect. I don't know. I think she made it worse.
She did. Yeah, I'd say because everything she said, so we brought up, we'll watch it again. I'm going to pull it up. And if you hear something, just tell me to pause it and we can go over it. But I want to bring up Candace and Dawn's original news one. And then I want to bring up Grandma's one because she actually says everything that happened, that Candace said, happened after Grandma's nap. She also said, I was with my daughter all day, but you weren't. You don't know what your daughter, how long did you sleep for? I remember if she's anything like Jill, especially in Jill getting the pain meds in the hospital, being kind of older. I don't know if she had any alcohol. I know that they grabbed iced tea for her, hard iced tea, which was supposedly for Grandma, which I never believed. That was always bought for Hunter. Grandma was never at the swim hole. Because let me say this. Grandma wanted the hard iced tea. Apparently, they only bought one hard iced tea. Hunter gets out of the Subaru or whatever they drove the truck that day and right away says, can I have that iced tea? And Candace says, yeah. Okay, well, you only bought the one. So Grandma's just effed out of her iced tea now, you know what I mean? I never believed Grandma was at the swim hole. It just, nothing ever made sense about even that. She said she walked Grandma down to the water hole. Okay, so she wasn't sitting in the truck then. Or you forgot to tell Chris McDonough you walked her down the hole, then you walked her back up to the car or whatever because she wasn't in the TikTok. And she streamed around. You could see the woods, you could see the flowers, you could see the lake. Where was Grandma?
I think something that hit me too is when she was talking about the nap, the fact that she said she got a shot, which I'm assuming was a pain shot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good possibility right there. That's what made her tired. And
yes. Now, if I had to put money on it, I'm going to put money on they gave her some steroid through the IV for her knee. Now, my ex's mom had a knee replacement too. Same thing. It was bone on bone, and she had a knee replacement 2 years before she passed away from Alzheimer's. And I had to bring her to every appointment. She more than likely got steroids in the IV along with a shot of Dilaudid. And that is, what is that? Dilaudid is morphine, like a generic morphine, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And that will put you out for a while. And that, I don't know. Grandma was at least out for, I'm going to say, an hour and a half or 2 hours if I had to guess. I could be wrong, but it definitely was no catnap when you get injection or IV like that. And that's different than swallowing the tablets. When you get it in the IV, it's a lot more potent. Welcome to the Crazy Train level. Choo choo. Yeah, I mean, she kind of told a different story in that interview, in my opinion. I think it was smart because clearly we're seeing things aren't matching up in their scripts. And what do you think about Candace actually using the words, I'm not following that script anymore, or whatever she said? But she said, no, I'm not following that script.
See, I take an odd look at the way Candace says things. Mm-hmm. I don't think that she is, for lack of a better word, I don't think she's just a big dummy, but I don't think she uses her noggin as often as she should. And I guess maybe I should, and I've started trying to think of things differently, but I feel like maybe the things she says just fly out of her mouth. Mm-hmm. And she's not thinking, I don't feel like maybe the word script coming out of her mouth necessarily meant she was sticking to the script, although I do believe there is a script. But I'm more on the fence on that one because I feel like she says a lot of crazy stuff, and it just floors me to think that somebody that is guilty, just like with the TikTok with the flames and all that stuff, would somebody that's guilty be that ignorant? Ignorant meaning lack of knowledge, to throw all this stuff out there, knowing that people are already accusatory of her.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense to me. And I mean, none of it does, but I guess it's hard for me to wrap my mind around somebody being so ignorant, if they are guilty, that they would literally tie themselves to the cross by doing the things they do and saying the things they say.
Mm-hmm. And see, I don't think that TikTok meant anything. I think it was just a fun filter. Like I said, I would have done that filter with my kids, but I don't have a missing sister and a missing daughter. So we're taking it more sinister than what it was meant. And like you said, now I kind of disagree, because I think that when you grow up in the life as Candace, now I'm not really book smart, but I'm smart, but I'm street smart, streetwise. And I think Candace is the same way. Sometimes I think that, like, I think Candace plays dumb really well. And same with Dawn. I think they play dumb when they need to play dumb, but that's part of a narcissistic trait as well. Like, let me dummy myself down. Like, oh, really? I'm just too dumb to do that, or what? Like, that's a very common narcissist trait to do, and then they all of a sudden will kind of get their claws out, and you're like, oh, okay, you're not really that dumb. You just fucking played me, type. Candace is not that dumb. I think that she knows that's distasteful what she's doing, but she's getting a reaction. Candace loves attention so much, it doesn't matter if it's negative or not. She loves that shit. She just loves the attention. And that's what I kind of think. I don't think that TikTok was meant bad. I just think for us, it's in poor taste to post that, but she just doesn't give a shit, because it's giving her the attention she's craved for so long.
I think you hit it on the head. I think she is loving every second of all this attention, which is unfortunate. It doesn't look good on her, for sure. And it is odd that on her channel, there's never any plea, especially if you think your child may have walked off your property, or, all this plethora of things that could have happened, you just don't know, is one thing. But to say you 100,000,000% are convinced your child right off the bat was abducted, then you make a YouTube channel and you don't get on there and plea for whoever may have her to bring her home. That is a big, problem that I can't see a way out for her on that one.
Yeah.
But she loves the attention. She definitely does. She's feeding off of it.
Boy, is she ever. Oh my gosh.
I feel, and I think that's where the feeling sorry for her, and I know I'll get ragged for that, but the feeling sorry for her in a way comes in because I do believe that she's had an abused life in general, not just, in her married life, but just all throughout her life, or it appears that way, allegedly, we'll say. And I think that's why all the attention means so much to her. No matter what it is, she feels included. You can tell when she's talking to people that she feels comfortable with or at home with, we'll say, and she just starts to shine then because she feels included, and I think that's where I feel sorry for her, because I know people that are that way, and I know she's craving attention, and hopefully those people will get something out of her if there's something to be got, and she'll trust them enough to do that. But I think there are a lot of people that are in her life that, whether she did something on accident or whatever happened, I do think she needs to seek some kind of mental help. And I'm not sure the people that she's with is getting her on any sort of good track to get that help. And that's sad.
Yeah, I think the same. I feel the same, because I always wondered what, and she says now currently the church is helping her, but it's like, where are they? Because the church should have helped get some kind of help, but it sounds like they've been turning it all down. I know Doug from I'm No Thanks Investigates, they turned down like $250,000 worth of rehabilitation, not just like, it was a whole team, and like not just like 30 days here, like it was an actual treatment plan for the both of them that would have actually really helped them if they were truly trying to get their kids back. Yeah, he had it all set up, and they've actually helped other families. It's all legit, and they denied it all. And I know I've helped them and had people wanting to help them, and they've turned it all down.
That's sketchy. Super sketchy. I have a question. So I'm not familiar with how it all works out, you know, when CPS comes through. And I know this is a special circumstance, but I was under the assumption if CPS takes children out of a home, that they are given, you know, certain things they need to do to get the children back. And it seems like she's working on the house and all that. And I know we don't know, and, you know, we're not allowed to know legally details of that, but it's just strange to me because it's almost as if she is sure they're coming back at some point because she's trying to paint and do the flooring and all of this. But you would think by now, it's been this long, if they were coming back, they would be back by now. Or at least CPS would have been to the house to look at the house. Is it cleaned up? Is, you know, everything in place that needs to be in place? But I haven't heard her say she has parenting classes or anything that you would suspect would be needed to get the boys back home. I don't know.
And still drinking out of the bottle on camera.
Yep.
That's true. There could be. Now, the only way I can think of is she's possibly getting the boys back is if the boys claim she's not abusing them. There's no proof she's abusing them. Now, it could be because remember in October of 2020, I think October 18th or somewhere right around there, she had filed, he had come back from Utah. They had that domestic dispute. She called the police and she filed a RSO, or not an RSO, OFP, Order of Protection, whatever it's called in Tennessee. She filed that and said that she was in fear for hers, her mom's, and her kids' lives. So that would open up a CPS case. So I do believe there was a case going on, and I don't think it was closed. If there's no abuse or no signs of anything going on, usually the CPS or DCS, whatever it's called in Tennessee, have 45 to 60 days, depending on the issue, to close the case out. That's just to close the case out. If it's open still because there's certain things they aren't doing, it could still be, I mean, it is still open now, or it's a new case now. But so my point is, anyways, is Don was the abusive aggressor, and he's now no longer in the home. It could be, since he went to jail, that there is a new list of things that she could follow to possibly get some kind of visitation. She's not automatically just going to get the boys back either. It's going to start out with some kind of visitation. They'll come over for 2 hours once a week. Then it'll start with something like she gets one overnight every other weekend. So it'll go something like that. Those boys aren't just going to go back full time with Candace. And in my opinion, from my personal experience, I think it's not a good idea. I think Candace should still be involved in the boys' lives. I know people will come for me for saying that, but it's not for the benefit of Candace why I say that. I think that if the boys still want and feel they need a connection to their mom, that they should be able to have video calls with her or even see her. And I know people are going to be like, what the fuck, Cher? Not privately, but for the boys' mental health, I think that it shouldn't just be ripped apart, if that makes sense. And I do want Candace to better herself, no matter if she's guilty of something or not, because again, for those boys, it's the best for them. So I do want better for Candace and Dawn. I want them both to do better. So I no matter what they are guilty of or not guilty of, I think that they should start to better themselves so the boys can have a better future.
I agree. Do you think any bit inside your soul, do you think she could have wandered off out into the woods or somewhere and just disappeared?
I No. No. That's not, I mean, is it possible? Yeah. And I've looked up, there's just in 3 mile radius of their house, there was 12 that you can get. And I think the news broadcaster actually found 40 just in that one zone, but just within a 3 or 4 mile radius of their house, there's 12 registered very violent sex offenders, and the Lights being a couple of them. So I was like, oh, okay. That's when I started talking to them. When we looked up the sex offenders, that's when I started saying, okay, you know what? I can't say without a reasonable doubt that they've done something to their daughter, because now I'm seeing there's this bad shit right there where Summer was. But then things got personal, as you guys know, and I was just like, nope, like I just don't even think that was a thing. I think it was after, but I definitely, my mind goes, was there an accident? And then everybody freaked out because everybody was abusing this girl, and like they were trying to cover their asses then. Or was this a plan for a couple weeks? I go back and forth with this, but either way, I do think that they have guilty involvement of one way or another. I believe she was being abused by everybody.
I can agree with that for sure. I lean towards accident. It just puzzles me too. And I know that everybody involved likely has information on each other. Dawn has something on Candace on Dawn, and Grandma,
Oh, for sure.
and, you know, vicious circle. But it's just so crazy and amazing to me that all this times went by. I mean, she literally could have birthed a new child in the time period that Summer's been gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh,
nobody has came across and broke over. I mean, you know, there's been some strange things said that don't add up, but nobody has ratted on anybody at this point, and that is mind-blowing. But that if, in fact, they are guilty, then that shows you how tight they are together. And if it were me, and I were Candace, or I were Dawn, or I was Grandma, I think seeing everything closing in the way it looks like it is now, I mean, the first bird to sing is going to get the best deal. So you would think somebody would be bright enough to be like, you know what, I'm spilling the beans, so I'm not in prison the rest of my life, or worse. But
well, unfortunately, I think all of their lives, I think they were born into not just toxicity, but criminal behavior. I think they've learned that since birth, both of them. So I think that they can keep things under wraps for a long time. Dawn's been to prison for off and on many years. I can't remember. At least several years, right? All around different states. And he's talked to me privately about that. So I think well, they've only been apart for about a month now, almost a month, and shit's hitting the fan. It's starting to. I mean, we got Grandma really screwed up the other day and screwed up everything, and I think that might be enough. I hope that might be something where investigators can be like, "Whoa, this is not aligning with the statements you gave. Like, we need to question you guys again," or I don't know. Because it's really not. The stories aren't aligning anymore. It's different statements that Grandma just gave. Or they're aware of this and honestly have something none of us know, which could be, but then they don't say that publicly either. I don't know anymore.
the search that's been going on, I know I've heard from 5 million places, but that they were searching, somebody said, around the area where Candace claimed that she drove towards the church when she was searching everywhere that day. And of course, trying to be logical as I can and look at all angles, I'm like, well, maybe they're going to all these places because they really do think she wandered off. I know that's crazy. I'm trying so hard to hold out hope and find a way out for these people, but it's just getting too hard to do that. But so do you think the search really was a planned search?
I think it was.
Okay, when they say plan, that could be very vague. I'm literally just going to block them. Okay. What was the question again? I'm sorry. Someone.
Do you think it was a planned search?
Yeah.
Planned search. That could mean anything. I a little bit do think it was somewhat planned, but I think it was planned to rattle cages. And when Lawson says they aren't cooperating, he does look annoyed and pissed. And what I was saying is like, well, Don's there in jail, and I believe Ronnie Lawson is the warden at that jail, or am I off? I heard that, so I don't know if that's true. Someone, if anyone knows that, I should look it up. I think I did. But anyways, Ronnie Lawson looked annoyed. He looked absolutely pissed. And I said, well, he's in jail. You don't think that they didn't say, like, are we wasting our time and putting our men out here for 3 days? Several hours over the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And with the equipment that it sounds like they were using, the thermal imaging and stuff like that, I think he was a little bit annoyed because I think they wanted Dawn to give a specific location and wouldn't, or, you know, should we be searching here, or where should we? I think they wanted to nail down, like, where should we be searching at? Hello. So I think it was somewhat planned to shake cages, and it kind of worked. And then he said, yeah, they lawyered up, they're not cooperating. I think he knew that was going to piss off Grandma. And what Grandma do the same day, I have to protect my daughter.
Yeah.
But to me, it was more like, almost like she was covering her ass too. It wasn't so much about protecting Candace, I don't think. It was more protecting both of them. I don't know. That interview with Grandma just really has me, because I know some behind the scenes interactions I've had with her and them. And I'm definitely like, I always wondered about Grandma, but now I really, really think that she is tied into this. Like, there's just no way. Like, she wanted me to lie for her months ago, and I did, but I knew I was lying because she told, like, it was on the phone conversation. Just tell them it's not me. Just fucking do that. Like, a whole different Grandma than you see on the news. Is that the Grandma I spoke to 2 times on the phone? I'll tell you that. They all seem like they have these complete different personalities when they want to.
See, I was curious about that when I saw her interview. If you noticed a difference in her personality of what she was putting out there to the public versus, you know, on a normal night.
Yep, 100% different. That is not the same woman I talked to 2 times. Now, to be fair though, when I talked to her, she was mad. She was mad. She was upset that things were about to be exposed, that she had no idea that her texts would be all over YouTube. She didn't even realize she was talking to a YouTuber. So she was mad, to be fair. But I also overheard things like it matches the text that she was giving Emma, True Stories Obsessed, or I can never say her channel right, but it matches because it was always how dumb Don is. Donald's so dumb. Donnie's so stupid. And it's like, what? And then I know, like, from conversations that it was always a plan, Don to go to jail. They always had this group little secret thing behind Donald's back about him going to jail. So that always rubbed me the wrong way too. Like, why are you telling people that you think Don's involved, but you're not saying this publicly, so you clearly don't want him to get into trouble then? Like, why aren't you saying it publicly then? Like, I don't get it. And clearly that's not what you told law enforcement. And it's not even what she's saying now. She had the news camera on. She could have said then, like, I think Donnie's more involved. He's in jail. He can't hurt you. What are you going to, like, what are you doing? What are you hiding? She's protecting her own ass, is my thought.
And Candace, not, you know, according to the phone call the phone conversation that she and Dawn had, and she was asked, did you tell Dawn about the searches? And she said no, which is mind blowing. Why you wouldn't tell your husband that, hey, they're back searching for our daughter today?
He had to have known that. I mean, there's no way they didn't ask him where they should be searching. I believe Don knew there was searches going on. It's hard to believe half the things. Like when Candace says something where she's on someone's live and she says something, like the whole thing when she went on Jamie's live of that Predators of Predator Hunter Nation. When she speaks, I never know if it's true or if we're all being punked. So when she got on a live stream, oh yeah, me and Donnie just got in an argument and I'm like, F him. I'm not in love with him anymore, but I still love him because he's the kid's father. Now, I believe that because 7 months ago, I had that conversation with her and her best friend. Like, I know that's what she was saying, that she's only with Donnie because it's her kid's father and he's the one who has a job and the paycheck. That's the response I got 8 months ago. And so I believe that. I do believe that part, but some of it I'm like, did they really get in a fight, or is this all so we will all take it and run with it and look like idiots again?
I got choked. I'm fat and I'm drinking too much pop.
Oh,
Excuse me. Woo! Lord have mercy. I sound like Ernie now. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, oh shit, I've heard that before. We'll go with Uncle Jesse from Bohos. Yeah.
There we go.
What do you think about Sonia? Don keeps quiet about her. You guys, I have an interview with her. She has kept. I've interviewed her live with Don, the sister that he's in touch with. It is his biological sister, and she did an interview with me and said that everyone was lying on him. Jeannie and Mary are lying, and Don never did anything to her when she was a child, and like she really defends him. And I have how long ago was that? But I have a live with her. Yeah, quite a while.
I'll check.
Okay, maybe let's see.
We're falling apart.
It was like
I can see the chat. I have my laptop with the phone so I can kind of see it where I'm so blind.
Oh, awesome. Okay, you can see it. Yeah, if you guys have questions, make sure you ask because I can highlight them too. I just want to find Sonia. Look at, I got Watt's stuff up there. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay, that's a year ago. Okay, so we want to go 8 months. Okay.
Okay, so I have a question. I'm going to ask this without saying the name if I can
6 months ago.
get by with it. But do you think the neighbors, and we'll say the female neighbor that was very close, do you think anything that she has said is accurate?
Can you, sorry, repeat that again?
The female neighbor.
Oh.
Who has spoken quite a bit. Do you think anything she says is accurate, or do you think it's just all a big distraction, or what do you think?
That's the one thing I agree with Candace on. I think she's just trying to be somebody because she lies about everything. So I went in her live yesterday. A couple live, she's live all the time, but yesterday I went into one of her the earlier live she did in that day, and I was like, hey, I want to apologize for being so rough on you, but I have some questions because, but I apologize because when I started, as you know, I'm into conspiracy theories. And when I saw who her baby's father is, I felt like I should apologize for being rough. Like, I knew the abuse she speaks of is true. And so I felt victim to victim. I owed her an apology for being so rough. So I did that. But right away, she was just a bitch. And that could be fair enough because, I've talked about her. That's fair enough. But she was answering the questions. And it's almost like when in answering them, she's defending everybody and also dogging everybody. So F Ronnie Lawson. Ronnie Lawson's a liar. Why would Ronnie Lawson say this? But then when I ask, well, I don't really trust Ronnie Lawson. So when I say, I don't really know if I trust that guy, she's like, oh, Ronnie Lawson's a sheriff and he's a good sheriff and da da da. But 5 minutes ago, you were saying he can't be trusted and blah, blah, blah. So what the heck? It was almost like, and then, well, I wasn't really protecting Candace and Dawn. Yes, you were. When you first came out and started talking about Candace and Dawn, yes, you were. You were protecting Candace and Dawn and lying. And I called you out for being a liar on it. You were making it look better for them. Now you're throwing them under the bus, everyone. But then when I ask you a question, it's, oh no, Dawn was at work all day. You're stupid. You don't think TBI did that? Grandma's saying he wasn't at work all day. Like, Dawn lies about being at work all day, and no one will actually, might be confirmed with TBI. We don't know that. And we're supposed to think Jody Sue gets more answers than us. No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't, because she's probably considered a suspect because she's been questioned. I don't think they're telling her anything more than they're telling us. And I think she's just trying to be somebody. But I do feel horrible for anyone that goes through abuse. And so I stand by my apology for being rough on her. But it's my opinion. She's just a liar. And she just wants to have a YouTube channel. That's all fine and fair. But stop using Summer's name to do it then. Stop acting like your story is more relevant, because I'll tell you something. She's the neighbor. And I think I've been more helpful than what she has. You know what I'm saying? At least in answering questions. So her whole attitude and being disrespectful bitch ain't going to get her far. Sorry. That's my thoughts and opinions, not my guest. But abuse is not okay for anybody, men, women, or children. And I do feel badly for anyone, even if I do not like that person, or if that person's a liar. Just because they lie and they want attention doesn't mean they deserved abuse. So, that's where I stand with that.
Yeah.
What do you think about Jody Sue?
Wow.
Yeah, she's full of it.
She's full of it, yeah.
Yeah, she's tough to watch. She had something she said that just it was interesting to me when she was going through the timeline, and she had made the remark that I don't know what goes on with everybody on that road that wants to plant flowers, but she was doing her flowers, and then she says, she hears Candace yelling Summer's name, etc., and so on. But then when I looked at Candace's timeline, it was the same time, so I was like, okay, well, that fits. I don't know what to think about her. The more I watch her, the more it becomes apparent that she does like to just talk a lot. So I don't put a lot of weight anymore into much that she says. No disrespect to her, but that's just how she comes off. By her own.
Well, it's more like it's her personality and like the way she speaks and everything. She mumbles, she rambles on. She'll just stop talking for what feels like an hour.
Yes.
It's just too hard to listen to her.
It is. It's painful. I try. And I actually fell asleep trying to listen to an entire long live. And I fell asleep. I just couldn't do it. Bless her heart, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. I could understand her. I know that she, had said that she had some issues, I guess medical issues, but it's, you got to be patient if you're going to watch anything she says, because it does take some time for her to get it out. So I'm very impatient, and I just don't have the patience for it. I would make a terrible cop.
Yeah.
If you watch it back on like double speed, it's not so bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I speed her up 2 notches, and it makes it sound like she's talking normal. I'm sorry. And for the lady who said, stop talking about Jody Sue then. I talk about Summer Wells. I talk about everything to do with the Ben Hill production, and this poor missing girl. Includes everybody that inserts himself into it. Jody Sue is one of them. She is also in my mind. And she says, it doesn't matter how you feel, Cher. Okay, well, in my mind, and Jody Sue, how I feel, you are considered a suspect because you're saying you're hearing screams and stuff, and Ronnie Lawson called you a liar. He
Yeah.
said that is unfounded. So Ronnie Lawson, the sheriff that you just defended to me today or yesterday, called you a liar, Jody Sue.
Yeah.
So eat that.
That's
There
true.
was something that happened in the chat a while back. Someone asked if there was a 2-hour time frame that Hunter said he couldn't talk about.
Yeah.
There was a 2-hour time frame that Allie said she couldn't, but I don't even know what that was about.
Yeah.
That was way back when they first did an interview on, I think it was Unmasked. There was something. Allie said there was a chunk of time that she couldn't talk about because of the interrogation, were her words.
Well, some channels pay for interviews. That's where I will keep that. Some channels that pay for interviews I no longer follow. That may have been a true thing, but when you're getting paid for an interview, I feel like people think they have to go with that content creator's narrative. I think it's just like I don't think YouTubers should pay for interviews. I think it damages an interview. You know what I'm saying? I have never paid for an interview. People that I have talked to just talk to me. I have not given them a single fucking thing. I did help Candace make a Cash App, but that went to her. That was her Cash App. It's still the one she uses. I helped her set that up. I did have a necklace made for her, but I do not pay people. There's people asking for $500,000, like $500 to do an interview. And I'm like, no, I don't pay for interviews. I do think that that's damaging. I don't think content creators should be paying for interviews. Detective doesn't say, hey, Allie, come and talk with me. I'm going to give you $400 and you're going to come and tell me about what you know about Summer Wells. No, not that I'm not a detective, but you know what I'm saying? I think it damages. I think it's already going to go with the narrative of who's paying you to talk.
I definitely think you have a knack of getting people to talk. I think that's a gift that you have, and not everybody has that.
Yeah. That is true.
Well, I don't know what the knack is. I just talk.
You just let people talk.
Yeah, I just let them talk, and I always say, like I always told Dawn, I don't want to edit you at all. We edited a couple fights out. That was just like a few seconds. I think we did that 2 times because we didn't want people to focus on the drunk fighting in the background. We wanted our questions and their answers and responses to be heard. Otherwise, there was no editing. He was never edited. They all did, and you could see when it all started falling apart. We couldn't control it. We tried for months not to show that side on the channel. We just tried to get the interviews. I told Dawn, and you go back in my interviews and look, I was like, take a shower before you call in, like do your hair, like put a nice shirt on, don't have drywall mud everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like we tried to cut some distractions, but I know with my conspiracy theories, I also feed into distractions. But you know, it got hard to hide the behind the scenes mess, and then it really, no one could hide it after that. Everyone knew, and everyone, they yelled at me. They'd get mad at me like, why'd you hide that from us? We deserve to know that they're getting drunk all the time at home or fighting like that. And I was like, I don't think you deserve to know that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I think differently, but I didn't think that was for me to put out there. I think we deserve to know the answers.
I think you were fair, and I think you took a lot of heat in the beginning. But I think the results speak for themselves. I mean, so much valuable information has come from the, months and months of work you put in, and we wouldn't have a lot of the information, the true information that we have now, if it hadn't been for that. So I think I speak for everybody when I say thank you for, getting in the trenches, because I know you took a lot of flack for those months that you were actively, in there doing the thing, and it paid off, I think.
Hopefully a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, that was rough. I was like, why are we doing this? And I was like, well, summer. So I was like, fuck it. They can drag me all they want. Like, summer's still missing at the end of the day. No matter what they say about me or make 100 lives bashing me, like, she's still missing you guys. Hello, that's not helping. Ah.
Yeah.
I'm too damn lovable.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Andrew Hiltz. Oh, Andrew Hiltz was on TCC a couple days ago. Who's TCC? True Crime Commentary. TCC, True Crime Commentary. Oh, was he? So, Andrew, I gave Andrew a shot too, but he's another one. I don't like him. I think he's just trying to be someone. And I also saw his past content from prior to when he started YouTubing on the summer stuff. I saw the YouTube videos that his kids had put up, and it was no better than the Wells. So I don't know why people support that man, because I saw a YouTube video of his children walking around a party with people passed out, cigarettes and beer bottles and alcohol and everything all around, like literally, and the kids are walking around and they're saying, I'm hungry. The one kid said, I'm starving again. I'm so hungry. And all there is beer bottles and cigarettes and people passed out. I saw that video, Andrew. I saw the videos posted that mimicked what the Wells kids look like. I have a picture of the Wells. I've shared it with a few people, but I won't post it because it's all 4 kids. No, it's the 3 boys before Summer was even born. And when I tell you, I will send it actually private to you. When I tell you, I believe that it was him trying to sell off the boys, or them trying to sell, Candace maybe even trying to sell off the boys. Like, the photo isn't a normal photo a mom or dad would want to take of their kids, because they look messed up. They're dirty. They have one has a full nasty diaper on, and it's just not a picture that, like, I as a mom would want to take. It wasn't a proud moment. It's weird, and it just rubs me wrong. But anyways, Andrew Hiltz should not be one talking at all about Don and Candace, because I do not like what I see from him and his parenting, period. He is not a good dude, and he's a neglectful parent. And if you watch the lives, you can even see a little bit, but he's more careful when he's live. But the other stuff I'm talking about has all since been deleted, but there was a few videos where you could tell the kids were being neglected because they somehow were putting up the YouTube channels. But then I think, okay, well, the comments were turned off, so parents were allowing. Somebody went in and turned off the comments on the videos of the kids jumping around with next to nothing on, like just shorts, a dirty diaper, them saying they're hungry and wandering around. Like, I don't even know how that video gets on your profile, because that's not something that should have even, like, that was enough to have his kids taken away, in my opinion. It was sad. The kid literally said, I'm starving again. And people are cash apping this SOB, and like, it's sick, you guys. It's sick. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel about it.
This case is hard. It's just full of shitty people, in my personal opinion. Penelope, welcome to Crazy Train. Choo choo. Thank you. Oh. Which of you was
pajama party tomorrow night? Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go back. Well, that's probably when we'll do it. I wanted to bring up a lot of interviews, but we're on an hour and 20 minutes already. I'm tired thinking about tomorrow. I think we should just go back. If you want to join us and come up on panel 2 tomorrow night, you should. I'm going to open up the panel. We pay for it, so it's like 10 people can come up.
I think so.
I think it's like 10 people.
Wouldn't it be great for all the what I've been saying to happen tomorrow night?
Hey, I will be civil. I would be civil if Candace popped up. I will say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I will be civil just so that can happen for you. If Molly Golightly wants to pop on, if AB wants to pop on, if anyone wants to take the link tomorrow, because I will pin it and share it tomorrow, and they are civil. and they want to put their input in, because I'm not going to lie, I would actually like to have a conversation with Molly Golightly. I don't know if it needs to be a private conversation, but I would like to put our heads together, because he dogged me to her, he dogged her to me, and we both did get some interactions with him. It doesn't matter how long she did, how long I did. We both, like I've been saying, like you've been saying, anyone who has had personal interactions with these people should put their heads together, put for, let's say, 1 hour, put the bullshit aside, pretend, you know, like put YouTube drama bullshit aside and put Summer first, and let's really talk. Like, I'm down for that. I'll do that. I'll be, like I said, I'll sit there really pretty in the corner and say yes ma'am, no ma'am to everybody up on the panel. I'll leave it open for anyone tomorrow. They are welcome. If you're, just be civil. That's all I ask. Don't be an asshole. It's 9 months almost. Summer's still gone. Treating each other disrespectful. Didn't bring her home. So let's try something else for a night. Absolutely. I'm down for that.
There you go, guys. That's an open invitation. Don't pass it up. You'll look like a total butthole if you pass up that kind invitation.
Yep. I'll definitely. And also, I will say, if people want to take me up on that offer and someone tells me before tomorrow night, if any one of the other creators tell me, I would actually turn off monetization. I'll make sure that we can't get super chats. Like, if that's what another bigger creator's worried, well, she might get a super chat and I want a super, or whatever, I will turn monetization off for tomorrow. I will turn super chats off if you want. If that makes that panel happen, I'll turn it off. Or if someone, you're not a monetized channel yet, if they would rather do it on your channel and people reach out and say, yeah, I'll do that, but I'd rather do it on the Rabbit's channel, who is neutral and is not a monetized channel at all, I'll be there. It's, however, like, I do think that panel should happen, and I'm all on board for that. I think you are too, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that. And see, that says a lot about where your heart is and all this, because it really, it's gotten just so far removed from what the point is, I feel like. And yeah, I think that would be great. I hope that happens. I look forward to that. I think it might. I think it's possible.
Yeah, Ziggy's welcome too. I have no problems with Ziggy. I've told Ziggy issues that I've had in the past with her. To be honest, people, if I have a really big problem with them, I don't even watch them. I'm not subscribed. I click the do not recommend to my channel. It's out of sight, out of mind. You have to with some of the garbage. I mean, I still get some of it. Doug's a mod on the channel. He's welcome. Our shit's put aside. Yeah. What was I gonna show? Mystic. Was it Mystique? Thank you. Welcome to Crazy Train. Choo choo. Yeah, I will definitely be up for that, and I'll leave it open for tomorrow night if people want to come up too. Like I said, I will be civil to anyone as long as they are civil to me, because not that it's right, but I do give people what they like. If you're gonna be an asshole to me, you're gonna get an asshole back. I'm that type of person.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Don't you? I mean, I'm nice to people if they're nice to me, but if you're just gonna be bitchy, well, I can be a bitch really good, probably better than you. So, all mod on deck. Share. Yep. Well, so tomorrow, I think we got to start over, and I think the best place to start tomorrow, since it's gonna, we'll probably have many study sessions because we can't get through it all in just one overnight. Honestly, it's been 9 months almost, but it's probably best, in my opinion, to go back to September of 2020, because there was issues, as we know. Molly Golightly and her team had found the phone calls from 911. We know that Allie had called to get Hunter and True from their house, and they wouldn't. Candace threatened to shoot Allie and all of this. So there was issues back in September. Then October, Don come home because there's a flop house happening at his house with multiple people coming from New York. He speed demons home. Boom, there's a domestic. Candace is in fear for her and her kids' life. And then boom, June. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months later, Summers just disappeared off of Ben Hill without a trace. So I think we got to go back to almost a year. So I think we got to go back to August, September and see what we can put. We got to pull up. We'll go through. We got the computer now. We can pull up old social media. Like, we got to go back. That would be my opinion, is to go back to the end of August, beginning of September, and start picking through from there and trying to put the puzzle together.
I didn't notice that just for Krause, but yeah.
What does it say? It's a hand holding the staff.
Looks like someone's got her impaled.
On a stick, yeah. It looks like you're on a stick. Yes, I can't wait. Snakes Fund, a new Nate book. Tomorrow, bring your notebook, pen. We got the whiteboard.
Oh, yes, the whiteboard. Yes.
We got the whiteboard already going. I got a couple notes written downstairs and some in our bedroom. I have notes galore everywhere.
There's a whole whack of notes behind
Are those
the
Summerwells, though?
I don't know. They're all
probably
yours.
Oh, yeah, because I can see tips to TNA.
TNA.
I can see the email for TBI over there.
Tips to TNA would be my page.
There's notes everywhere, but yeah. Tomorrow we'll go back to, I think September is a good place to start and weed through it. Start from there, pulling up Facebook posts, everything, going through the old, their YouTubes were made. Dawn made one and Candace made one, and she has YouTube under Candace Bly and Candace Wells. Notice her new YouTube channel is not Wells either, by the way.
Yeah, it's Bly.
It's just Bly. No Wells involved in it.
And there's still videos being posted on Dawn's, even though he's in jail.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there were. I know Tim's running that. I straight up asked him, and
Dawn's not running it.
He wouldn't
for sure.
answer me. What's his name again? Oh,
Dawn Wells.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called.
Do you think there was a decline in just the family as a whole over time? Because it seems like she has so many pictures of the kids, and it looks like they went a lot of places and did a lot of things, and then I don't know. It just seemed like, I know a lot of people have said that Summer looked different and not as happy, or she looked thin or whatever. It's like something happened along the line that just, I don't know, like something went wrong somewhere.
Yeah, I
Could
think
very well be.
I think it started around 3, and there is, I cannot explain it, but like, I was starved when I was little. I did not get to eat every day, and there were days where I got to choose, did I get this food or did my little sister get it? So clearly I was always making sure she had the little bit of food that we were offered. I went hungry. Like, there was times I was found at the playground eating sand, like, just crazy shit. There is a weird thing with girls under 5 being starved, and that's a sex trafficking thing. I don't understand it myself, but it's a thing. And I think that she was, you can see in some of the pictures I posted where I think there's tie wounds on her from being tied up. I think she was being starved, because at some point they use food, like, you're gonna do this. It's control, make you listen to every command, don't cry, you're gonna listen because you're hungry, you want to eat, hopefully tomorrow or the next day. You're gonna do everything you're told with very little what you call it, resistance, because you want your next meal. Their way around it, like, I know my mom would always give me a bottle with sugar water in it instead of food.
I can't imagine. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Shaving head is also.
I can see why this case is such a a hurt place for you. You know what I mean? I hate that.
It
Yeah.
really angers me. Like, that's why I'm just like, I know I can't even like hide it on my channel, and I want to be taken seriously and credible, and I don't want to just say my feelings, but I feel like I see things that people don't see, and I just don't like it. It makes me angry. It makes me angry because it's like, I know you're lying, like, and like, it's, I don't understand. I don't understand how they're walking free. I do not understand it. Ugh.
Well, it looks like things are starting to close in. If I were guessing, who am I? But I do think things are starting to unravel quickly, very quickly.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you heard that the clip that I didn't play for like a month because I sent it into TBI? What do you think about that? About Dawn saying, "You had damn kids, I had to work," and she's like, "But we can be more in love now. We can love each other now. We're doing better now."
Well, I mean, really, if that's the only thing that we ever heard them say, that's enough.
Yeah.
It's so sad. I guess I've seen so many, well, not locally, but between Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, you know, there are Amber Alerts that go out here and there, but they always find them. You know, it's rare that it just goes on forever and there's just nothing. And kids younger than Summer, you know, I'm hopeful. And what I've seen over the past few days, the way things have escalated with Grandma and, you know, the searches again, and then Lawson talking and just all these things snowballing, I'm hopeful. I think there's going to be something before the summer is through. I think we'll know what happened to Summer.
Me too. I think we will before the 1 year disappearance. I hate to say anniversary, but I do too. No wonder I'm ADHD. Since birth, spirits are telling me. Oh, just remember Sherry Papini walked free for 5 years. That's right. And Barry Morphew walked around free for at least 1 year for sure. Was it 2 years though? Barry Morphew?
Somewhere between, I think.
That's why, yeah, when people tell me when they haven't been arrested, they're innocent, I hate hearing that because it's like they haven't been arrested yet, but they are still suspects. You guys, no, I can't. Like, I have faith. Usually I tell people, just wait, I'm going to be sitting here and saying, I told you so, I told you so. And I feel like that's going to happen again. And then people are going to be like, oh my God, I sent her money. I'm going to be like, it just makes me angry. I'm trying to be so nice right now. But yeah, it makes me angry. John Benet. Oh, John Benet. Hey, I heard an investigator call this the very country John Benet case. It is very much like a John Benet case.
I can see that, yeah. Very
much. She was found in the home. No, she wasn't found. The reason why, well, I don't even want to go there, but the reason why Summer, if there was an accident and they freaked out, I'm sorry, the people defending them are saying, well, there's probably an accident, but how dare you be mean to Candace, poor Candace. Okay, you're saying that something happened at home, whether it was an accident, she fell down the stairs or not, okay, whatever. Let's pretend she fell down the stairs, there was an accident, she passed away, Candace freaked out. She is still lying to the police and you aren't doing what's right. To me, that's still not okay. That is not appropriate. She should still be in jail. I don't know how people can reason with that. Well, there's an accident. Don't blame Candace. Even if you thought there was an accident, she's lying right now, not giving her daughter a proper burial.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
So do you think when the police came, when she first went missing and they all came up there, I wonder at any point, did they take anything from the home, or, I'm sure they probably did. I haven't heard a lot about that, I feel like.
Dawn
But if
told me they
that is
took
a
a few
crime
things.
scene,
Yeah.
yeah, if that's like a crime scene, or could be, which at this point they're not telling us, so we don't know. But I just wonder now that so many people have actually visited the home, stayed in the home, in and out of the house. You think that would, ruin an investigation if in fact something did happen there.
Yeah, that's where it's hard. We've been invited over there several times. And the once I was invited over there was before I even came here. And we talked about it. I actually thought about it. In fact, I was invited to go there with Benny, which is part of the reason I didn't go, because that's not appropriate. And he couldn't go. COVID wasn't allowing any traveling unless you're coming to Canada and you are Canadian born. So he couldn't go. So I was like, no, I can't go. And then I always did think, well, it's a crime scene, right? So I'm really glad that we didn't go, because I can't be tied to that house. My fingerprints aren't in there or nothing, So I'm okay with that. And I think people are dumb for going there, because yes, she disappeared. Everyone is saying, Candace saying, Donna's saying, Grana's saying, everybody's saying she disappeared from that house. So in my mind, that is a crime scene, like you're saying. Why is everybody over there? And why did they start remodeling right away? Clearly, they weren't worried about the crime scene or trying to find, did anybody get in here or whatever. So they weren't worried about that at all either, and just letting a bunch of YouTubers up there to run around. It's weird. So it's like they let that happen.
All of these renovations, things getting thrown away, taken off the hill and dumped. It's untelling what was up there that's now not there. But you know what? You and Mr. Cher are absolutely, if you want to ever, are invited to come on down, and now we can at least pay a visit or take a little ride through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be, traveling restrictions are loosening up now. So definitely would be something. I don't want to go to Ben Hill Road. There's no need for us to go there, but I definitely wouldn't mind going to the waterhole, just because everyone knows how I'm in energy. I want to be in that space and see what I feel.
Well, anytime, sister. Open invitation.
Oh, that's sweet. That is nice. I'm already plotting in my head. If people really care about Candace and want to help her, they would stop sending her money. She needs sobriety. If people want to help Candace Wells, there needs to be an intervention, because she's not sober. She's not sober. When was she sober? Because 4 days ago, she's drinking from the bottle on a live stream. So that's not sobriety. But that's not the help she wants. She wants the money. She wants this new house. Again, you don't plan on your daughter ever showing back up then, because you already got plans for a new house. Like, it's been wrong all along. Now, somebody also told me that the swing is down now too, but I don't know if that's true. And even if we say that now, that swing is easy enough. If they could go have that put up in very quickly and be like, you're wrong. But somebody did email me that. I don't know if that's correct or not, because it was there in Grandma's interview. I saw the swing, right? Am I crazy? The swing was in Grandma's interview that she just did. So
I think it was.
Yeah. Welcome to Crazy Train, Michelle. Thank you. And Shuby Mom, thank you for that. Was there a question?
No, you read her statement.
Oh, okay. Why did Dawn Wells say she would never be found? Well, something he did. I'm going to repeat a conversation with me and Dawn. I'm going to say exactly his words. I said, hey, Dawn, and I lied to him. There wasn't, or actually, maybe it wasn't a lie. Maybe that was when the predator hunter people were around. I said, Dawn, there's people that claim they are finding evidence. Like, what's going on? Is there going to be anything, I want to be 5 steps ahead. So is anyone going to find anything? Because I'm told that they just found evidence, and it's for sure for Summer. He said, they're never going to find the evidence on me and my wife, because there isn't any. Like there was a pause in there. It was uncomfortable as heck. And I'm never going to forget it. And it sounds like Chris McDonough actually had a similar conversation. I believe it was Chris McDonough. I think he even played that on a call. Now, if I was really in for clicks and views and money like these YouTubers, you notice that I've only had one phone call recorded, and it was when the Mafia and 50,000K started being talked about. And even that wasn't recorded right away. I actually had to stage a phone call to record it so that I could send it to TBI. Otherwise, 8 months of phone calls and video chats and stuff are not documented. I did not record those. I have text messages and voice memos, but I did not record I was on video chats all day, every day with this man. So when people say that to me, I just laugh because I'm probably one of the worst YouTubers for clicks and views because I don't record everything. That comment of they will never find the evidence. It shouldn't. The evidence, to me, that is the wrong word.
Yeah.
And that is something that it wasn't in his script to reply that way. He said the evidence. They're not going to find any evidence because we didn't, there isn't any. That is a normal sentence. They're not going to find the evidence on me and my wife because there isn't any. We're innocent. Okay, makes sense. They are not going to find the evidence on me and my wife because there isn't any. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Sounds like he destroyed the evidence. I don't know. There's a creepy video of Tim's that it does freak me out. Like I said, I Googled, do wolves eat bones and stuff? Absolutely. Wolves could eat a 5-year-old girl who's very, very little for her age. She definitely wasn't meeting the you guys know in the States, at least, or probably in Canada, but when you have a child, you have it every 6 month, what do you call them? Motor skills they should be reaching, and like healthy weights and heights and lengths and all of these things that you get these notices like every 6 months about until they're 5. When they start kindergarten, you have a whole nother list, right? There's no way Summer was meeting those guidelines, or not guidelines. You know what I'm saying? The markers that children should be meeting for their age appropriately. She wasn't meeting those. There's no way you can convince me she was meeting that from 2 years old on, because I'm trigger warning. It's my personal belief that bad things, I think she was abused all along, but I think things happened to her from at least 3 years old on. Because typically, yeah, people think, oh, it's 5, it's 5. It's actually about 3, and depending on when she was potty trained. That's to be real. That's just being honest. And children trafficking, they prefer children that are out of diapers, and typically that's about 3 years old for a girl. So that's my belief from my experiences, is why I say that. Trigger warning. It's not pretty, but I don't sugarcoat things here. I speak from experience, and that's what I see when I look at some of the pictures of Summer. At age 3 is typically between 2 and 3 is when little girls potty trained. Should you be, I mean, not fully potty trained, but she wouldn't need diapers all the time. She might have an accident occasionally, but she'd be out of diapers at about 3.
Yep. So if you think that there were things going on from 3 on until, she went missing, do you think Grandma knew those things were going on and just turning a blind eye to it? Or do you think maybe she was involved in it as a whole?
I think she definitely knew, which would make her involved, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way she spent time with these children. You're not blind to it. She was either ignoring it, or if Grandma's passed.
Yeah.
I don't know how involved she is, but just knowing about it, and you're not around those children and that couple like she has been and not know. So We have Allie's own mom, Sherry, saying she knew Candace and H were being physical together. And Allie freaked out and said, I'm going to punch you. Like, she threatened to hit her own mom because her mom actually said that to Molly Golightly. She said that. She said, H's grandma said, I believe they had something going on. And Allie freaked out and ran in the house and told her mom she was going to hit her. And grandma, and H's grandma was like, I'm sorry, but I saw it with my own eyes, you know. And again, you're wrong then, because that should have been reported. Never ever should Candace have ever been able to pick him up to go fishing that day if you knew that was going on. Like, everybody did all of these children wrong. H, his sister T, everybody, all of the kids in this was done wrong.
Agreed.
None of the parents did anything. None of them. Not Allie. Allie, you are not better than Candace. Candace, you are not better than Allie. Jody Sue, you are not better than neither of them. You all are on the same page in my book, and it's disgusting, neglectful, abusive parents that allow shit that shouldn't happen. Yes, Chatty Jen, thank you. Trigger warning. Well, Miss White Rabbit, I definitely want to have you back on tomorrow night. We're gonna do this all-nighter, so have your caffeine, your pajamas, notebooks, all of that. And like I said, I plan tomorrow. I think we should start to September when those 911 calls about Allie reporting not being able to get her teenagers off of Ben Hill, from Candace and Don's house. So I think it's important to go back to that. And again, if any of the creators are watching that have had interactions with Don and Candace Wells, I will have the link pinned. And if you pop up and want to put our heads together and you're civil to me, I will be civil to you. And after tomorrow, you can go back to bashing me the very next day or right after you get off of the panel. I don't care, but I'm asking for at least an hour or two or however long, like tomorrow night. Everyone, let's just pretend like we never met before, but we all know we've talked to Don and Candace and had interactions, and let's just put our shit aside for one Saturday night.
Hour ceasefire.
Yes, just white flag for a Saturday night. And like I said, you can bash me right after, that's fine, but I will be civil, I swear. And if you want it to be unmonetized to do so, let me know and I will unmonetize it. I don't know if you can do it after or during. But if we're worried about super chats and stuff, I'll turn it off. Or if you like this idea and you want to do it, tell White Rabbit here and I'll be down. I'd be on that panel. If it's just, hey, we don't like Cher, we don't like her, it's not on her panel, that's fine. Or if someone else wants to plan that, Molly Golightly, you're civil to me, I'll be civil to you, and I'll show up to it. I don't care. But I do think that is important and a really good idea that you had, and I'm down. Mr. Cher's down too. That's just his type of, he likes that. I like a good debate. I don't know about you, but the Trump and Hillary debate had me rolling. I think that shit was hilarious. But you know what I'm saying? It's not even a debate. It should just be a conversation. But smudge the room, Zena. Good call. Joyful Dolphin, you're back. But we are ending this. But we'll be back tomorrow night at 7, streaming until sometime on Sunday. So we all fall asleep and we can't stream no more.
Yeah, we'll be doing lots of YouTubing tomorrow.
Lots of YouTubing tomorrow. Definitely.
Well, guys, I appreciate you letting me join you tonight. It has been a blast, and I will be back at least watching tomorrow night at the very least. But yeah, looking forward to that, and I appreciate y'all. Everything you do, you're top notch.
Oh, thank you.
Illuminati confirmed. I didn't mean to do that.
Yes. Well, make sure you guys are subscribed to White Rabbit channel. You will like her. Like I said, she's not on anybody's team. She just wants everyone to get along because it's a missing child. It's a missing 6-year-old girl, and what we're doing isn't bringing her home. So she wants to see better, and I think that's a good thing. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'll send you the link for tomorrow because hopefully you'll be up on panel. So bring your notebooks and get your jammies on.
All right, guys. I want to hop off. Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Uh-oh.
White
Bye,
flag
guys.
coalition. She's literally
did it
dropping
now.
us. Yeah, she's dropping us all.
Have a good night, guys.
You too.
You too. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for the new members. Welcome. Choo choo. I always say to buckle up real tight, but we got no seatbelts on this some bitch. And we're always going off track. Mr. Cher, he tries to reel me in when he can. Sometimes it doesn't happen.
Sometimes you just gotta let her do her thing.
Make sure you're subscribed to my handsome husband's channel. What's your new name?
True Crime Productions with Prairie Boy.
True Crime Productions with Prairie Boy, because he's going to get a really good video. I've been on his butt to do, actually, but he's like, oh, he's excited. The Snoop computer is working good. He is going to get and chop down. He's going to get everybody's, basically, statements and interviews, and he's going to make a video. It's going to be all in one video. You're going to see it. It's going to be everybody's interview. He does, you guys know his editing. So make sure you're subscribed. He's in the description. And check out his video from yesterday. Right? What was it?
But it was about Hunter. The deleted text.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are saying, well, it's probably a screenshot, and that's what Hunter was talking about. But two things to say to that. One, why would you screenshot individual messages? I don't even know how to do that. You'd have to screenshot it, copy or crop it, screenshot it again, or save it. For what purpose? And two, Hunter went into so much detail about what he was doing, where he put the phone, all this. He didn't mention that they were screenshots of the conversation. I don't buy it. But if you haven't seen the video, go ahead and give it a watch. It's interesting.
It is interesting. Because he lied. But why did he lie? I don't know if it's so much a lie, but he was trying to impress Chris McDonough.
That's what I honestly think it was. He was just trying to impress the detective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. It's already set up if you want to. I can get it. I can get that. Some of y'all were giving me shit because I had that Illuminati confirmed picture, so I did change it on this one, but my conspiracy is keeping it. What was I gonna get? Okay, live for tomorrow. Dun, 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 dun. No, that's not right. Dun, 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 dun. Copy. Copy. Okay. We'll go here. Oh, did you already do it?
No, that one is the first link there. That's my stream in the morning.
Oh, that's his coffee stream in the morning. That's right, we're doing that. Okay. Coffee in the morning. Nice, relaxed discussion before the craziness. Here, overnight pajama party, summer party, and we don't stop streaming till, I don't know, everyone's sleeping, and then Streamyards boots us off. I don't know, but we don't have no plan when to end. It's literally all-nighter study session. Grab your monsters, grab your Red Bull, grab candy, sugary substances to stay awake. Coffee. Ooh, Colombian coffee. I just thought about a monster mean bean. It's made my mouth moist. You have any final words, baby?
Nah, I think I'm good on this one.
Okay, we're going to see you for like all day tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you so much for the super chats and welcome to the Crazy Train, everyone. Love you. Night night.
Night, everybody.